Hey guys, it's Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and I am back finally with a review and reaction video for Game of Thrones Season 7. Like, seriously, it sounds weird even saying Season 7. This season has been highly anticipated for a lot of reasons. Obviously, reunions. Last season, all we really got for reunions as far as House Stark, I'm talking about House Stark, of course, because pretty much every other house is either all dead or no one really cared about them anyway. But House Stark has been separated for a while now, and I have been waiting on a reunion of who's left. Primarily Jon, Arya, and Bran. I need these three to get together. And then, of course, as was teased in the preview for last week, wow, I can speak, the meeting of Jon and Daenerys Targaryen. But anyways, I think I've talked enough. Let's jump into this episode because they're hella long, and let's get it going. Boop.
And Sansa, I hear she's alive and well.
She is.
Does she miss me terribly? A sham marriage, and unconsummated.
I didn't ask.
I'd say you get used to them.
I have to die in this strange country. Just like you.
Wait, what? Okay, y'all can't even joke about killing Varys. Okay, writers, don't touch him. Little bald head is necessary in this whole messed up little world of yours.
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the mother of dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the breaker of chains.
Well, damn.
This is Jon Snow. He's king in the north.
Thank you for traveling so far, my lord. So I assume, my lord, you're here to bend the knee.
I am not.
Yeah,
No.
that's my man.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Is it?
I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms.
6.
And I will.
You'll be rolling over a graveyard if we don't defeat the Night King.
He is the first to make allies of wildlings and Northmen.
Yeah.
He was named Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He was named King in the North. Not because of his birthright. He has no birthright. He's a damn bastard. All those hard sons of bitches chose him as their leader because they believe in him. He risked his life for his people. He took a knife in the heart for his people. He gave his own...
Yeah, did you die, Daenerys?
The Lords of the North place their trust in me to lead them, and I will continue to do so as well as I can.
That's fair.
Man, it's funny. Okay, but see, I don't understand why people throw perfectly good food. Okay, like, King's Landing is literally starving, and they're throwing what food they have left at people in the street.
And if you turn on us, I will cheer to see your head mounted on a spike.
All yours. They're just like seven heads, really. Listen, if you have any advice at all,
I don't like him, but he does spit
you
truth.
have it now.
If only he hadn't taunted him. He could have walked away and left poor Sir Gregor to die. That was
That's the sad reality of that death. It didn't have to happen.
Now he's buried.
Oberyn should have just killed and stepped.
Yes, Sir Gregor's stronger than ever.
Rule number 1, don't gloat.
I came down here to brood over my failure to predict the Greyjoy attack. You're making it difficult. You look a lot better brooding than I do. You make me feel like I'm failing at brooding over failing.
I'm a prisoner on this island.
It's so true.
Say you... Why don't you figure out what to do about my missing fleet and murdered allies? And I'll figure out what to do about your walking dead men.
It's hard for me to fathom. It
Is
really
it Walking
is.
Dead?
If someone told me about the White Walk... Don't answer a summons from the Mad King's daughter, a foreign invader. And here I am. A northern fool.
Children are not their fathers.
At least you're pretty.
Luckily.
But a wise man once said that you should never believe a thing simply because you want to believe it.
Ain't nobody said that.
Which wise man said this?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Are you trying to present your own statements as ancient wisdom?
Never do.
I would have told him not to come.
You know, you'd think a girl who has 3 dragons in her employ would be a little more open-minded to the idea of, you know, dead
Let
men
him mind
walking.
the dragon glass.
You know I'm not going to let Cersei stay on the Iron Throne.
I never expected that you would.
And I haven't changed my mind about which kingdoms belong to that throne.
I haven't either.
Yes. Don't tell them.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
So
And
you
only
believe me then
friendship.
about the Night King.
Who's it? Brienne? Brienne? Please be Brienne.
You succeeded. How?
I read the book and followed the instructions.
Doctoring 101, everybody. Read the book.
That man is alive.
Follow the instructions. MD. Done. Oh, you're on. How is he everywhere? No, not Olenna. Oh, no. No.
What did he call it?
Widow's Wail.
He really was a cunt, wasn't he? Will there be pain?
No, I made sure of that.
That's good.
And that's how you are a boss. That's right. Olenna ain't gonna beg for her life. Not today.
Foam and bile spilling from my mouth. Eyes blood red. Skin purple. Must have been horrible for you. As a king's guard. As a father. It was horrible enough for me. Not at all what I intended.
Wait.
You see, I'd never seen the poison work before. Tell Cersei. I wanted to know it was me.
That just happened. Yes. And that's a queen. Jamie, that's a real queen. Mic drop. Peace out. Well, that was an episode. Y'all, there's so much. These episodes, these first 3 episodes have been, they're just, the pace is insane. And normally with Game of Thrones, like in the past, it's been like the first episode's like kind of crazy, and then we get like a lull, and then we get maybe a little action in the middle, and then a little more story building, and then the finale is just like boom, 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 boom. These first 3 episodes have been some next level stuff. Like I can't even, like what's happening? I don't even know where to start. I don't even know, like I'm still processing everything I just watched. Like I feel like I need to just sit with this and just consider like my existence. I'll just keep the highlights. Way too much happened this episode to even begin to recap it, but I guess the highlights for me, obviously, Jon and Daenerys finally meeting was awesome. Can I say, Kate, first of all, like, I'm so happy that Jon didn't give in and they didn't kneel. And I know there's gonna be people out there that are gonna come, I mean, the Daenerys fans, and I'm a Daenerys fan too, but I don't know, I've got my issues with her, which is a whole other video. The whole thing is that Daenerys is a queen, yes, and she is regal and she has definitely earned where she is, but Jon has been through a journey and a half as well, and I'm glad that he didn't just show up and think that, okay, fine, just because I really need this alliance and this dragon glass, I'm gonna do whatever it takes and follow the rules blindly just because that's, I mean, honestly, if it had been Ned would have told him to take a knee, right? That's what Ned Stark would have done. It's like, okay, that's what you have to do because those are the rules. But we all know that the rules got Ned dead. So I love that Jon is kind of rolling with this whole thing about like, look, I've already died. I no longer have any rules of the Night's Watch I need to follow. I'm not a Stark, or so he believes. So I don't gotta follow any oaths or promises made by that. So I just love that Jon is forging his own way and he is all about keeping his back straight up and bucking up no matter what. And that, oh God, it's so hot. I have a little bit of an obsession with Jon Snow, guys. Just, you'll learn this as the season goes on. But yeah, their interactions were great. And I really love that they just both were able to exhibit why they're both leaders and why they should be leaders and what makes them different than all the people who claim to be leaders before them. And that display that they both seen, it's developed this obvious mutual respect. Like obviously Dany, even though she's not gonna admit it yet, she clearly respects Jon and she's respecting him more and more the more she gets to know him, and vice versa. Jon's like, okay, you're not just a name attached to this family that's done horrible things to my family. Like you're clearly not like your father, which is a huge thing for him. So I like this because obviously it's gonna help build that relationship between the two of them for, you know, okay, look, I'm just gonna warn you right now, spoilers if you've not read the books, if you haven't read all the theories, and if you don't know what's going on, here's what, it's a spoiler, okay, bottom line. I am on the bandwagon that Jon's father was Rhaegar Targaryen, aka Dany's brother. So that makes Jon both a Targaryen and a Stargaryen, if you will. And he's that bridge. Like he's, I don't know, that's a whole, I could go on and on about the theory of how important Jon is, but knowing that Daenerys is most likely 99.9% his aunt, the fact that they mutually respect each other is really important, and I'm glad that they're building that relationship before they know that they have the blood relationship. I feel like the Bran showing up fell a bit flat for me, and I'm also worried about what Sansa's gonna think, because honestly, if Arya shows up next episode, which I'm really hoping she kind of does, she's gonna be like, okay, so my brother, who's the last living heir, can see everything. My sister's like a kick-ass assassin, and then there's me. I've got really pretty hair. Like, and the other thing with Bran is that having him in Winterfell around all the plans and preparations, to me, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because we learned last season that Bran's visions, while they're very helpful in helping, obviously, the people south of the Wall know what's going on the Night King side of things, it's a two-way mirror, right? The Night King can see through Bran. So Bran could, in effect, be an unintentional spy for the Night King. And I'm worried that he won't think about that just in, you know, in all of his learning how to be the three-eyed raven. But I guess finally, I gotta say it, like, you gotta pour out a little something for Olenna, like, bye girl, like, Queen, R.I.P. Queen, you were such an amazing source of entertainment in this series. You were a great character. The actress who played her was amazing, so I'm gonna be sad not to see her on this series anymore. Olenna was a boss, and she was such a great presence for the female characters in this show. And she got to touch on almost every strong female character in this show, which is pretty awesome. Daenerys, Sansa, Cersei, Arya, I think, is the only girl that like strong female character she didn't really interact with, but she was such a great example of another version of strength in this world outside of the physical or the sexual or sensual. She was just a smart, strategic woman who was so boss, who was so boss that she carried out an execution order of a freaking king. And right up until the day she took her last breath, nobody even looked in her direction. Do you know how baller that is? Do you know how gangster? Like, Olenna was an original G, y'all. She was the first G of Westeros. Y'all, she could have taught lessons, okay? Cersei thinks she's up here. Nah, she can't even see Olenna's level from where she is, okay? That is a mastermind there. It's sad, but I think Olenna kind of knew she wasn't gonna survive this whole war thing. I think she knew that Highgarden probably wasn't gonna stand, but she went out like a boss. Like, honestly, I mean, not only did she drink her poison like a straight up gangster, she then made sure to leave that mind screw for Jaime that's gonna eat at him for the rest of his days. Like, you could see his face, like, really? Like, not only did you know that Joffrey was my kid, you knew about me and Cersei, you knew that, you could tell his mind was blown. But anyway, she went out like a boss. I think that if you had to take out such an amazing character, oh God, this season's gonna be hard. I think they did a great job of having someone of her age and her stature go out in a boss baller way. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of other cool things that happen in the episode, but I could ramble on forever and this video is already long enough. But thanks so much for watching along, guys. What did you guys think? Like, I mean, how are you feeling? Are you gonna miss Olenna too? Do you feel like, you know, things are going the wrong way for Daenerys? Are you worried about her and her pursuits now that she's lost a good chunk of her army? What are your thoughts on the episode? Please, please, please leave some comments. I love to read them. And if you haven't already, please click subscribe so you can see more from this geeky face. Until next time, guys, have a great one. See ya.